Renting 101 in Tulum. Hello friends, my name is Sheila. Welcome to this channel. For those of you who are new here, I've been living in Mexico for about 3 years, and I moved to a big city called Merida in the Yucatan. And I recently moved from Merida to Tulum, a very small town in the state of Quintana. On my channel, I like to show my life in Mexico, my adventures, and most of all, I love, which is one of my passions, to teach y'all what I have learned and what I know so that your journey to Mexico or wherever I go can be a breeze. So, vámonos. I wanted to give you all some tips on how to successfully and safely rent in Tulum. I will do more videos about this renting in Tulum because it's quite different from other states in Mexico. Now, in Tulum, most likely if you're renting an apartment or a house, this is going to be your reality unless it has changed. So up to 2026, this is pretty much the things that I've learned about renting in Tulum. Renting in Tulum and just Quintana Roo in general, it's very easy. And Merida is a different story. Will be a different video at a different time. Okay, so in Tulum, very easy to rent. All you need is your ID. You need your deposit. You need your first month rent, and you need usually there's some type of application fee or something like that. I haven't seen any application fee no less than $200. I think not even 200. I'm gonna say no less than 100. So the application fee is fairly, affordable, and you just pay those things, and you get your key. You're in there. You're in there. So renting in Tulum is a different experience because in Tulum, like 90% of the landlords or property owners, they don't live in Tulum. Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? No, or maybe not. Maybe, after I have done it and rented, it's not that bad. It's not that bad as it seems. So if you have something repairs or anything like that, your landlord most likely will contact their property manager, or they will contact the person who they hire. It can be difficult sometimes, especially when you don't know how to speak Spanish. Whereas but a lot of people in Tulum speak English. They speak English. A lot of people speak English. So those are the two main languages that would be used in Tulum. So don't worry about that if they don't know Spanish. So they will call anybody who needs to to get some service done in the house, whatever like that. And always document everything. Document before you move in. Take pictures and photos. Pictures and photos are the same thing. Take videos, take photos of your apartment before you move in and after you move out, just to ensure that things are the way you left them for your safety. So most likely to pay your rent, you will be getting or doing a money transfer. So always keep your receipts, screenshots, and always communicate with your landlord. Make sure they got the rent that day. And if not, something happened with the transfer, make sure that you're safe. Make sure everybody's safe. Make sure everybody got their money. How to find your place in Tulum? Very easy, very simple. Me personally, I had a realtor. She was so helpful. She was so kind, so nice. And honestly, I would recommend y'all to have a realtor. I'll leave her information down below in the description box. She's a really good soul, and she's very caring. So I am going to try. Well, I'm not going to try. I'm going to do. I will be doing another video. She will be in the video. Hopefully she agrees. You will see the link to this video if it's already up or created. But I'm manifesting that we're going to get an interview with the girl because she's really good and she's really helpful, and I highly recommend her. Another way, if you do not want to go the realtor route, is to try Facebook Marketplace. However, I will caution y'all to be careful with Facebook Marketplace because, of course, scammers are waiting there. Do not, when I say do not, send money before you have met a person or a person or got information from a person. Always get people's IDs. I'll show you a picture of what a Mexican ID looks like. Always make sure you get their IDs and their phone number, and if you can, get a reference number. before sending money, if you send money. But I wouldn't send money without getting a key. Before I met my realtor, I had an incident with a landlord who wanted me to send application fees and deposits without me getting a key. And that was a big problem for me. The guy was irate, but you know, it all worked out for my favor anyway, because I ended up finding this lovely realtor who helped me out. Another way that you can find your place is word of mouth. Like if you know somebody who lives in Tulum, they could recommend somebody who's renting or who has a house that who will rent out or whatever. You know, word of mouth. Don't be afraid of that. Another way, if you're in Tulum, you're taking a trip down here and you just walk the neighborhood. If you're in La Vileta or you're in Aldama, go walk the neighborhood. You'll see sometimes for rent, for sale signs. You'll see that all the time. That's another way. Another way is to try websites. There's like so many different realtor websites that would have like, you know, people have the places listed for rent or for sale. Last but not least, Airbnb. This is so popular. This method is so popular. It's so safe. But I know a lot of aspects to do this. They will bring out the Airbnb first, right, to kind of test the waters to see if this is a place that they can, you know, be or not, and then they'll contact the landlord, the Airbnb host, and let them know, like, and ask them rather, is it possible to stay longer or to rent out, you know, permanently for a year or 6 months or something like that. People do that all the time here. So now we're going to talk about what areas that you should live in if you're coming into Tulum. I recommend y'all to just stick to what everybody else is doing. Stick to your people. You're an expat, you're a foreigner, stick with your people. All right, stick with them. Don't go to the left, don't go to the right. If you see everybody moving to certain areas, stick to those areas. So here's some of the areas that I recommend you all to live in Tulum. La Vileta, right? You've heard of it. I'm pretty sure you've already heard it. Great area. It's walkable, 20 minutes walkable to Central, as far as like airplanes and audio buses and whatnot. And grocery stores. Fairly easy to get to. Idea Zama. It's very clean, very quiet. I like that area a lot. Another area, Region 15, Region 8. I recommend Region 15 and 8 if you're a person who likes seclusion like myself, you like peace, like quietness. The other areas, they tend to be a lot of construction going on, but honestly, there's construction going on everywhere. But in La Vileta, not so much because it's kind of developed. It's more developed. So in Region 15 and 18, there is construction going on, but it's so spaced out. It's not as many houses and developments there. So it's not as bad for the noise. I have noise sensitivity, so I tend to choose places that reflect that. Oh, and in certain parts of Central as well, there's an area also. It's I don't know the name of it. I think it's called Palma, the Palma area. So it's kind of like where Holistica is, but it's like I'm gonna just put a screenshot right here because they haven't named this area yet, but I think it's called Palma, Tulum Palma. I think that's the area. I think that's the name. I think. I absolutely love that area. I ended up staying at an Airbnb over there in the area, and I absolutely love the way it felt over there. And I think if I were to move somewhere next, it would be in that area because it's just secluded, it's quiet, and it's so much trees and things like that. And I love trees, and I love to be around the plants and stuff like that, getting that good oxygen. So yeah, I recommend that area. Usually in Tulum, when you're renting your CFE, your light bill, you will be responsible for. I have yet to see any unit or house or development that just has free electricity. I doubt that there's one that exists. Unless it's like a house that you're subleasing. I just haven't seen it. Okay, so most likely you will be responsible for your light bill. There is a video that I've already created about my light bill, my first few light bills in Merida, and then I also have a video about my light bill that was in Tulum and how that differs from Merida, and that will give information about that. That will be in the description box too. Now, as far as the other amenities, as far as if you live in an apartment complex, usually, but not always the case, your maintenance fee is included in your rent, so you don't have to worry about that. And if you have a gym and things like that, I believe all of that is included usually in the rent as well, but maybe some apartment complexes are different. I'm not sure, but usually it's included. Trash is free in the state of Quintana, where other states it's not free. I know Mexico City is free. In Merida, it's not free. So you don't have to, usually, you shouldn't have to be, nobody shouldn't be asking you to pay trash, shouldn't be in Tulum or in the state of Condo. They shouldn't be asking that because it's free. So watch out for that. Water usually is free, but it depends on the development and it depends on that. But I like when everything is free, everything is already included. And that way I don't have to worry about trying to pay this person, that person, and you know, I just have everything all included. Like that to me is easier that way. That way I don't have to worry about paying all these bills and going to these different places at different times to pay all these different people, you know, like your Wi-Fi bill, your water bill. You already got to pay the light bill, so it's like it's all these bills. Like just put it in your rent. Like I'd rather do that. Like that. Yeah. Sometimes they may ask you to pay for your Wi-Fi, your internet. So if that's the case, then I'm pretty sure you can pay that online. Not a big deal. You can get good packages for like no less than $100 a month. Not bad, right? If it's your first time moving outside of the country, be sure to do a short-term lease because it's you have to get adjusted. Even me living in Merida for 3 years, almost 3 years, and moving to Tulum, thinking that every place is the same, was a mistake. I had to adjust to Tulum because Tulum is different from Merida. Every city has its own different vibration. Every city has its own personality. So how I was in Merida, I could not be like that in Tulum. Okay, so I had to change. I had to adjust to Tulum. So if you're coming straight from the USA and you're coming to Tulum, I don't believe Tulum gives people a soft spot, a soft landing. But that's just me though. But that's just what I personally believe. So short-term lease, 3 months to 6 months to a year. Year is a long stretch in Tulum. It's a long stretch. So if you are planning on just like, oh, I want to move to Tulum for a whole year, I recommend y'all to just go ahead and do 3 months at a time to properly adjust yourself to the environment, and also to figure out if the house, the apartment complex, is up to your standards. You know, some people work online, so you have to make sure you have reliable internet. Your cell phones don't work sometimes, depending on where you are. So you want to make sure those things are properly operating before making a long-term commitment, like a year. And because people typically don't stay in Tulum for long term, you will find people that will be willing to negotiate 3-month leases, 6-month leases to you. It's common. So that won't be a problem at all. Last but not least, be sure to check Google reviews before you move into a development, because somebody else's experience could save you from a heartache and a headache and some money. All right. That concludes this video. Consider subscribing to the channel and becoming part of the familia, mi amigos. If you have any questions or comments, check the description box down below first, and then comment down below if the answer is not there. So thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope to see y'all soon in Tulum. Hasta luego.